Hey, it's Fiza. So I'm on your screen right now because I finally decided to take the step and make something not only for myself, but all the other women out there who are also not only moms, but who want to know how to balance reality, work, motherhood, overall social life. So this is Find Balance. Who Fiza is today is a completely different character to who I was 4 years ago. I want to call my character was assassinated by myself for the better, I think, because before who I was, I don't want to completely blame my situation because I was a part of that. But finding out that my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer early on in my 20s was the peak of my career, and it literally ruined everything after that. I've definitely lived multiple lives and I've become different versions of myself. I really want to say I'm a born again person where I wish that I could cancel out my past and who I was, but at the same time, what happened to me doesn't define me who I am today. I think that I owe it not only to myself, but to my daughter. I want her to see one day when she even searches me, she sees this version of me and how I'm changing for the better to be a better person, not only for us as a family, but for society. There's girls out there who look up to me who I was once one of the biggest makeup artists in the world, and I was giving my tips out and I was who you'd go to for these little tips, but I ended up ruining a lot of my own situation just from my mom's diagnosis. So when my mom got diagnosed, I just thought, oh, what does this mean? Is something small, is something big? But those 5 years took my whole youth away from me. My youth meaning I didn't get to go out with friends, I didn't get to be in relationships. My sole purpose in that moment was, is my mom gonna survive? So I was instantly on survival mode, like, is mom gonna be okay? It's just me and my sister doing this out in Dubai. We're trying our hardest between influencing and being a makeup artist. So in that moment, I think a bad version of me was starting to like bubble up. I would even say this would be like a villain story, but imagine finding out your best friend might not live. At the peak of my career, I was working with big brands like MAC Cosmetics, Tom Ford Beauty. I was at most of the Fashion Week shows. I was doing makeup backstage for London Fashion Week. I had clients all around the Gulf, so I was earning minimum $100,000 per summer, and I was only 21 at the time. So I was on a roll with my career. I was surrounded by good people, good contacts, and I had good connections to go where I wanted to go. I always felt that I had so many eyes watching me and I shouldn't have thought that. I should have been living in the moment because I was balancing between, okay, my real life, because my real life was survival mode because is my mom going to make it or not? But at the same time, it was the peak of my career. I was meeting these amazing people. I was meeting these celebrities. I was doing makeup for these people and I was earning such a good amount of money that I was living in Dubai. And that to any girl in her early 20s is like a dream. You're earning good money, you're surrounded by good people, but at the same time, it's so easy to slip away and be around a bad crowd. I always felt that like an expiry date to my happiness because it's almost that whatever I try to do, my work world was amazing, but I'd pick up the phone and I'd get an update from my mom. Because by the way, nobody knew my mom had cancer except for me, my dad, and her. So keeping this from my siblings and having to like get up every day and go to work and do these clients, and there's some days where I didn't want to do it, but these people, they were paying money to look good. So I felt that nothing's ever going to happen to my mom, but her suffering this way was the worst thing. I wouldn't even wish this to my worst enemy. Like, that's how bad it was. Those moments for me where I was isolated, like my feelings were isolated. And I think the worst part about that is you thinking that you can go through that without any support is the worst thing I could ever think, because you literally need to talk to someone. You need to open up your feelings to someone. I couldn't turn to my sister and be like, I wonder if mom's gonna be okay. I just couldn't do it. Like, my mom was told the first diagnosis that it was small and then it was removed. So that's when I thought things were getting good, when the cancer was removed. But little did I know, 18 months later, it'd come back with a vengeance, and that's when shit really hit the fan. I'm working, I have brand collaborations. I did a huge launch with my sister. I was making a lot of money, but at the same time, I was told by my mom to not let a lot of my success out there because it could cause jinxing. I don't believe in that personally, but the way my mom is, she was like, oh, I don't want you to put all your life out there. So all people knew on Zoom was makeup. But I was getting these huge brand deals. I work with a brand called Misguided. I did a collection with my sister with them. We sold out immediately. We did a shoe collaboration. We did a phone case collaboration. We did an eyelash collaboration. You name it, we did every single thing. And when I talk every single thing, I'm not one of those typical influencers that, oh, buy this, it's amazing. No, I'm going to tell you how to use it, how it's going to be, is if it's worth your money, and if it's worth buying again. Like, I have to be honest, because the people who are watching me are OG people from the back in the day who realized, oh, she's telling the truth. She even got her own lashes. All these collaborations, they were from a place where I love the brands. That's why I did it. My hustle comes from a young age. I watched my mom try to make ends meet. Like, I watched her make the best life for her kids as much as possible. She could have had hardly anything, but she spent her last dime on her children. And I've always said, like, I want to give my mom the best life possible. I want her to see the most amazing things. And luckily for me, before she did pass, I did allow her to see a lot of the world and take her to these bookings with me for makeup. I went to Vienna. So the hustle simply comes from my mom. And that now motivates me and drives me to do a lot better. And I think that if somebody like me could do it, anyone can do it. I remember this super clearly. There was a place called Zero Gravity in Dubai. Me and my sister were on the way there. We heard Justin Bieber was there, so we're like, okay, we're gonna go. So I remember I was wearing an orange dress and my sister was there in the Uber with me, and I get a call and I'm like, hello, and it's my mom, and she's like, Faiz, what are you doing? She called me F. What are you doing? I'm like, oh, we're just on the way to this place that we found and we heard Justin Bieber's there, but we want to see if he might be performing. The phone gets silent. I'm like, hey mom, are you okay? She's like, oh, F, I have cancer. I'm like, in that moment, I'm trying to figure out what's happening. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I have breast cancer. She's like breaking down. And in the back, I could just hear my dad saying, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I don't need to hear that from you right now, dude. Like, I need to hear my mom. She's like, I don't want you to tell Sonia or your siblings. So I'm like, don't worry. It's going to be fine. My sister's like, well, what's wrong? What's happened? I'm like, nothing. It was just mom. She's like, has something happened? I'm like, no, nothing's happened. So I had to keep that to myself for as long as possible. Her first diagnosis was, one of the things that she didn't do was take chemotherapy. She was on a lot of herbal medicine, which worked for as long as it could. The lump was actually coated and then they successfully removed it. And then she refused chemotherapy after, which I wish that she hadn't, but hindsight, I'm like, okay, back at my peak of my career, my mom comes to Dubai, sees my new apartment. She's like, wow. So I'm supposed to be having the happiest moment of my life. I just got a new apartment. I'm about to buy this apartment. It's huge. It's in the center of Dubai. My view is of Burj Khalifa. What better? My mom comes, she's so proud. We're supposed to be living our best life, right? All of a sudden, my mom tells me, like, I think less than 18 months later, it's come back more aggressively. And then the doctors are like, you have to get chemo. And my dad's like, no, we're gonna do it the herbal way and you're gonna get fined with the religious people of reading over you. I'm like, mom, I think that you should try and get your breast removed just for your life to, like, it's valuable. She's like, no, it's gonna take my womanhood away. I don't wanna do that. So she had all these options. She didn't want to take them. And because we all thought she was going to get okay. So I'm living in this place where it's come back more aggressive, but I think she was fine the first time. She's going to be fine. Mom's definitely going to be fine. She's going to be fine. I prayed, tried to change my life around. And then I noticed every time I would get the call, it'd be worse, and worse. I saw this impact my real life. I became bitter towards people. I was waking up late. I stopped going to the gym. I was rude to people for no reason. If somebody had met me at that time, the encounter with me was horrible. But this time my sister didn't know, so we both our careers kind of didn't take off as well. Then all of a sudden I stopped putting updates if my mom's okay or not. We thought she's gonna be fine. And I remember it was a peak of our career and I was like, Sonia, we haven't traveled in so long. Let's take a little trip to the Maldives. It's only 4 hours away. Let's do that before we get back into work. So we take this trip. I'm not really hearing from my mom a lot, and I just think that, oh, she's probably recovering. She's healing. Because in my head, I'm like, mom's fine. I'm at the peak of my career again. Everything's gonna be fine. Money's coming. Things are good. We land back in Dubai after the Maldives, and little did I know, I was in a piece of heaven while my mom was living hell. Get a call and I got told, your mom has 48 hours to live. You have to come to the UK. She's gonna die. This was during COVID. So we landed in the UK. We had to quarantine for 10 days with my sister. So I was like, okay, mom, you have to try and make it for us. There's no way you're dying. Everyone's lying. We're told doctors are lying. I was always told doctors don't know nothing. God is the one who's going to be able to do it in the end. And I haven't seen my mom in like 6 months. So eventually we get out of quarantine and I go in and I see my mom. I've never seen my mom so weak. She was so skinny. And the first thing she asked me is like, "Are you okay?" So I'm trying to like keep it together because my siblings are there. I'm like, "What happened? Like, why are you so malnourished?" Like, you could tell that this woman was ill. You couldn't tell a few months before that my mom was sick. Like, if I show you a picture of her right now, she was full of life. She had all her weight. And I was like, "We have to do something. There's nothing we can do. We cannot start chemo, nothing." Everyone's like, "No." But then I kept getting told by everyone, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna survive. We prayed this many times. She's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. My sister didn't wear her contact lenses for the whole 3 months we were in the UK because she was like, she didn't want to see my mom like that. One of my brothers was in the university, so it's me and my younger brother who's mainly around my mom. So just me and my younger brother who are really taking care of my mom. And she's in the hospital bed and she's so uncomfortable. And I could tell she's in a lot of pain, but she wasn't taking a lot of pain medication. Like, I wish now we could look back. She was taking the morphine and she's taking all these new age medicine that apparently my family didn't want to believe in. She's super weak and I'm like, she's gonna make it. At this point, I'm not thinking it's the end of my mom's life. We have palliative care coming in and the nurses are, I keep hearing them say end of life. And I'm like, stop saying end of life. My mom's gonna be okay. Stop. Like, I was in actual denial that my mom's gonna die. Like, stop saying end of life. I don't care if she's all skin and bone. She's gonna make it. And we're gonna go to Dubai. We're gonna have the best life. We're gonna see the best part of your life hasn't even started yet. So I hadn't even bought my mom a house yet. This was my goal, to buy my mom a house. Isn't that everyone's dream? Like, when you make it, you want to buy your mom a house. So all of a sudden my mom deteriorates, like, and nothing's working at home, so they have to take her to the hospital again, and the hospital cannot do anything because they're like, it's end of life, we're not going to do anything. The doctor comes, they're like, it's spread. I'm like, you're lying, it's not. I remember I was praying a lot. I was praying so hard and I was like, God, I just really, really need my mom to survive. You have to help her in some way. My sister's there, and then I overhear my siblings say, as long as Faiza, if you look at her, as long as she's fine, we're gonna be okay, because it all depends on my mood and how I react, right? So I had to keep the faith there. And I remember my mom saying to me, if anything ever happens to me, Fai, I want you to carry on, keep going. I'm like, stop saying that. You're gonna be okay. Nothing's gonna happen to you. So all of a sudden, one night, my mom she knocks out for 3 days straight. She's still breathing, but she's knocked out. We don't know what's happening. And then third day she wakes up and she's like, can I have my glasses? Because my mom wore glasses. So we gave her glasses and she looks at us, she smiles. She wanted a pen and paper, but she was too weak to write. And I think she was gonna write like a final goodbye. So a day after that, I remember hearing my mom's breathing go kind of funny. And by the way, in this whole time I'm Googling things constantly and the worst things are coming up. And there's one thing that happened and I'm never gonna forget it. It was a weird breathing, and anyone who have had family members who have been around like end of life cancer, it's a certain breathing and you never forget it. So I searched it and it came up as death rattle, and it said that the person who has it doesn't live 24 hours after that. My body freezes. The next day comes around 12:30 p.m. It's May 30th and I see the sky is blue as anything in the UK, and I'm looking up and I'm like, I think this is my mom's final day. Like, I was thinking we live past our death date. So I was just thinking, what was she doing May 30th the year before? The breathing is continuous, and I remember this nurse coming in. She has this case, and I googled the case. It's something to do with they inject it into the person's stomach to give them like an easy death. So I'm seeing all these things, I'm searching all the things, and it's just all about end of life. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to go to the other room because mind you, I'm there every day for the last 3 months of my mom's last days, and I'm feeding her, I'm changing her, I'm combing her hair. And to that point, my hair is matted from depression, and I have a huge knot at the back of my head, and my mom's hair is knotted too because she wasn't getting her hair combed. And then when we came, we started to help her comb her hair. And then the ambulance is called because they think my mom is dead. I'm like, no, you're not coming in. I'm literally telling the ambulance, you're not coming in. I will hit you. I became full on violent. I'm like, you're not coming in. Like, if you come in, you're going to make her die, and then you're going to take her. This is how I was speaking to them. Like, no, we're just gonna check. Bless them, they're trying their hardest. This is an NHS in the UK. So they finally come in and they test the heart rate, and then my little brother comes in and he's like, it's a flat line. And in that moment I just realized that my ears go like beep, I don't hear anything, and I just see my sister passes out. I don't hear nothing, and I just like, I'm frozen in time. So you're telling me the person that not only birthed me, like, she was there for me in every moment. I could call her at any little thing. This is not right. Like, she was like my best friend. And I'm like, oh wow. Okay. My dad's like, they're gonna take her away, so you guys need to say bye to her now, because after they wash and clean her, you won't be able to say goodbye to her. So go to the next room and I see it. My mom is cold. I've never seen a dead body in my life. This is the first time I see it. And I kiss her feet. She was just cold and like yellow. And I kiss her cheeks and I'm like, Mom, you just left me. Like, what? Like, you said you're gonna be okay. And then they took her. And I just remember in that moment, I was in survival mode. That's when you're gonna survive now, because I was a mother to my siblings. I took over. I fully was an alpha. So I became so alpha that I was like, I'm gonna stay here for the 40 days after my mom's death. I'm thinking my mom's gonna come back alive. She's gonna come back alive. Get on the plane back to Dubai after 3 months. So 6 months I'm off the internet. So I come back, and I shouldn't have come back the way I came back. I came back like nothing had happened. Posted, I lost my mom, and try to carry on as normal. This is where I went wrong. I went on Snapchat, and on Snapchat I was posting as regular, told people my mom died. And then I started getting horrible messages from people, and I remember opening one message and it was a girl telling me that your mom must be rolling in her grave in hell from how you are as a person. And that's the first hateful message I get towards my mom in my life. I've never talked about it before, about my parents at all. So my first instinct is I have to attack this woman like I've never attacked before. I came to her fully. I looked her name up, found out how she looked like, and I attacked her. That attack, little did I know, would end my career in that moment. This girl took to spread it all over the internet. It was my first time I ever would say I got cancelled. But the sad part about it is my sister had nothing to do with that. But my actions made her lose out her job. So I lost a huge deal of $65,000. I lost another one of $20,000. I lost a lot of money in the space of 2 days over me acting out of grief. So my manager was like, you need to get off the internet, make an apology, get off the internet and focus on yourself. So they helped me start by paying for my therapy. So I went to therapy. Therapy is so important because culturally a lot of people are told, don't use it, just pray, you'll be fine. No, you need a physical person to talk to. You need to know where you stand, what's happening, which route to go, what you need. What if you need medication you don't know? And we ignored all these things. So I found a grief counselor, went to her, told the story to her, and she was dissecting everything little by little. She ended up putting me on antidepressants, which almost felt as if I was a fake version of me. So then I got off the internet for another 3 months. So almost a year off the internet. I lose so much money. My sole career relies on social media. So in that moment, it was back to survival mode. I'm like, look, I cannot pity myself. I attacked somebody for saying something about my mom. My mom's not going to come back. I'm taking care of my siblings. I have money to make. The huge place that I was supposed to buy, the cost went up by 90%. I couldn't afford that anymore. I had to keep renting that place. So I was like, I have to get a way to make money. And that's how I really locked in. I was like, I'm going to be a boss girl. I'm going to try to make money from my phone, whatever it takes. I'm going to do it the most legitimate way possible. And that's when the birth of Phi came. And then I ended up having my own family. And that's where the true turning point happened. I truly found God, and I was like, wow, you had to take my mom. You had to save my mom like that, because my mom hadn't gone like that. Because it still hurts me, because why did she have to go through that? She was nice. Like, my mom was, anyone who's met my mom will tell you, wow, she's so innocent. She's so soft-spoken. I was complete opposite of her. So her character is making me think, you need to be a better person, Phi, not only for my mom, but for my daughter. So this is the start of me balancing me as a mom, me still navigating grief. I'm still grieving every single day. Motherhood, how to even have a social life, to not fall into a dark hole again, because I'm going to postpartum. So this is a new version of me. So if someone sees me now, the other me did not exist. This is a new version. So I hope you guys enjoy this first one, because there's plenty more to go. I had to rebuild. I was like, if I was a man and I was a dude and I had to start from scratch, how would I do it? Because I literally took the saying, think like a man, to a new level. I wasn't thinking about dating. I wasn't thinking about any. In this moment, I have to survive. And in a man's world, how would a man do it? So the first thing I looked into is into buying stocks, and I knew it was risky. So I started to put a little bit of money that I had a lot of money saved from all my old projects that I had before. Luckily, me and my sister saved, and I started investing. So that was the peak again of my grief version to get back up there, because I'm not going to be like, oh my god, please give me my $65,000 deal back, because that's out the window, that's down the drain. All these brands, you said that horrible thing that you said and you're cancelled. I'm not going to beg either. So what I have left, I wasn't broke. Luckily, thank god I wasn't broke. I had money. I started putting that in investments. So I started out with stocks, then I went into crypto, and then I went into day trading, which made a huge change to my life, because I'm like, now I was on my phone. In the beginning, when I started to make money back from these stocks and from the investments, I was going on vacations, and I was just trying to like blur out what had happened, which was a wrong move to make, because that's, you end up in wrong crowds, drink alcohol, see the worst version of yourself. And then things really humble you, because money is not going to be forever. And when the stock market went down a little bit, I had to change in my ways. So what inspired me to get into making money myself from my phone, or even in my own house, was the people that I was around. My management that I was managing me, he had a lot of friends that were into like trading and crypto, and I was like, look, I need to get put on. Like, I'm not gonna be the kind of person to take over or step on anyone's toes, but I have some money put away that I need. You know my situation, I need it there. So I had a little helping hand, but not only that, I was reading a lot of books in stocks. I was like, I need to know stocks for dummies. Like, how do I do it? How do I start trading? How do I start from what I have and to make it double? I don't want to be a part of any scam. And then I remember getting caught in, before I had made it the right connections, I ended up investing £3,000, and I was in a scam deal, and I lost all of that. And as a female, when you hear, oh, you could double your money, and you're gonna go for it, because desperate times, my mom would say, desperate times calls for desperate measures, and that's exactly what happened to me. And the first initial reaction, was like, oh no, I just lost £3,000, what do I do? And that's when I reached out to my manager. I'm like, you need to connect me with the right people. I don't care, just do it, because I just lost out from a scam, and I want to know how to do it. So I started putting some money in with trustworthy people. I was taught how to trade. It took me about 3 months to really get the hang of it, and then I had so many messages from girls to be like, oh my god, how do you get to go on vacations? Who's flying you out? Girl, I wish. I wasn't in any position to meet guys right now, because I probably scared them off, because how alpha I was. I wasn't, like I said, survival mode makes you not feminine anymore. I wasn't feminine. I was masculine as you could get. A couple of girls were like, how are you doing? And I was like, yeah, all I do is this thing called day trading. Is super simple. It's easy. And she's like, can you help me? I'm like, to be honest, I don't have time, but I have an assistant that can assist you with this. And there was like literally 2 girls. And then I was minding my business in Selfridges in London, and the girl comes up to me. She's like, hey, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry, but she was so sweet. And she was like, I just want to say thank you, because I'm one of the girls that reached out to you to make extra money. I'm going through a lot of hardships right now, and you guiding me how to do day trading made a lot of money, and I could keep it for myself. I don't have to tell any of my family members. It's helped me out of a horrible situation. And I was like, wait, I helped one girl? And that really made me feel some sort of way. Like, I wish I had that guidance when I first started out. So then slowly I started helping a few friends of mine to get into crypto, some of my friends' moms. And I think the rest is history, and I'm continuing my way there. And I want to say I'm a self-titled boss. Actually, no. My mom would call me boss babe. So this is for you, mom. Boss babe in action. Yeah. You know what's crazy? When you live in Dubai and you're a woman and you have money, you're an escort. That's what people say. But let me tell you, girls, guys, whoever's watching this, when you get money that you've earned yourself and you work for, and you're a woman, and you didn't have to sell for that. Not once, you didn't have to sell box one single time. You know how liberating that is? Like, God, you really got me to the point where I'm doing numbers. I'm doing numbers where I could just relax, and my daughter wants to go to, where do you want to go, babe? I want to go here, mom. We're going to go. I enrolled her to every class. I had a pool built in my backyard, because I am now not only wise with my money, knowing that I earn it myself, and I didn't have to ask. I want to go to Chanel. I go to Chanel. Imagine, like, there are guys, they're like, oh, let me get your body done for you and get you a Chanel. No, I can do that myself. If I want to get my boobs done, I go to the doctor myself. Anything I want materialistically, I could do it, because I did it myself. And you know how the feeling of, I say this with no disrespect to any woman who had to make it the hard way. It's still hard what I did. No disrespect whatsoever. But to earn money that's clean, knowing that you didn't have to do anything for it, it's so amazing. Oh, $100,000? I made every single penny. I didn't have to do nothing for that. I didn't have to be with any sleazy person. And I don't care how many people have ever accused me. Never had to do it. I've had enough talent in my little pinky to be able to make generational wealth. And that's always the goal, generational wealth. No matter how rich your partner is, have your own bag. My mom always said, you never know, Fi. You never know, F. Have some for a rainy day. And this from all my mom's sisters told me this all along the line. Having your own bag, nothing beats the feeling. You don't know what's around the corner. God forbid, you don't know what's happening. I have my own stack there. I can just leave. I can go anywhere around the world. Wherever I want to go, I could go. So for that, I say any woman who wants to be able to make her own money, do it. Read a book, open a book. You could do it. If I could do it, anyone can do it. I was at the lowest pits of life and I just grew like a flower. Becoming a mom changed everything because I'm like, when my baby looks at me, how would I want her to look at me? Angry, moody, judgmental, projecting. I was projecting a lot. So I've become more calm as a mom, and I've become more motherly to other people, my friends, and I think way differently. You know, the times where your mom would be like, I don't like that person, don't be friends with her, and your mom's always right. I suddenly have this instinct as a mom where I know when to go out, when not to go out, how much food to exactly put my daughter. And I think that itself is God's gift to women, because we have a piece of God within us. How? Because he gave women the ability to be mothers, which is, you're kind of playing God's role for him. Like you're birthing these children and you have to change naturally. I didn't wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm pregnant, so I'm going to change. No. The moment I held my daughter in my arms, I was like, Faiza, you have to get your shit together. You need to stop this anger. You need to stop thinking the whole world's against you. Shit happens. Life happens. People die all the time. It's a sad story, yeah, but you gotta get up. When you fall, when somebody kicks you, you're just not gonna sit there holding. You're like, oh my God, you kicked me. No, you're gonna get up. You're gonna be that mom. There's no more bed rotting for me. There's no bed rotting for me. I have to get up no matter how sick I feel. I have to get up and I have to be a mom for my baby, because I don't trust anybody else to feed my baby. I have to make every meal. And now I'm a baby chef. The bed rotting girl, make the most of every bed rot. I'm telling you, when you're a mom, you won't get the bed rot. Enjoy your single days, enjoy them, and life is too short. Why do you care about the latest trends, what's happening, what people are saying about you? Don't, just build a relationship with God. And when you're God's girl, I say, when you're God's girl, nothing is against you. You've already won at life. God first, everything else after. You'll see a domino effect happen once you let God into your life. What I would tell the version of myself that thought her life was over, Faiz, you just gotta get up. It's not over. You have to go through the struggles to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have to. I know that's cliche. You have to go to the shit in life to see what's good. Because if you don't go through shit, how are you gonna know what's how would I have known this house is amazing if I had experienced this from birth? You know? And I think that, I know this is wrong to say. I don't even know if there's any context to what I'm about to say, but any suffering that you go through has to come with sweetness at the end of it. The bitterness has to come with sweetness. It's just the way, it's a law of the universe. You come out one way, you're gonna come out the other way even better. So I really think that other me is like, grieve, let yourself grieve, be emotional, let yourself be the wreck, allow yourself to be at your lowest point, because that low point is not forever. So I always say, indulge in that emotion that you have, soak up the anger that you have, feel the emotion. You have to feel this. So how will you know what happiness is, what healing is, if you haven't gone through the worst part of it? Oh, if my mom told me right now, she would say, F, I knew it. My mom had a strong northern accent. I knew you could do it. I told you, F. And she'd tell me, I'm so proud of you. You worried for no reason, F. Because you did it. And to me, I made it. You know why I know I've made it? I have my own family. My daughter is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I have amazing people around me. And every encounter I have with anyone is always going to be God in the center of it. So I'm grateful. I finally found balance, because if you saw me Before motherhood, you'd be like, how is she gonna do all this? I know how to navigate from waking up in the morning, my breakfast, my baby's breakfast, my baby's music class, swimming class, then I have a meeting, then I have gym. I learned how to do all that, and I have the same 24 hours as the person watching this. So I found balance between motherhood, work, grieving, postpartum. I'm learning as I go along too. This was very hard for me to come on camera with. It was vulnerable. I was very vulnerable. I let out every emotion that I've never let out therapist office. It's the most me you'll ever see me be. And if you like this episode, I would love to do more of it. I would love to carry this on. I would love your support with this. I would love to continue this. What you would expect to see is more in depth of my life, business, my trading stuff, how I manage to basically make it work as a woman nowadays. We're living in not a very nice world. So for me to be vulnerable and have all my emotions out there with different people being able to see this, it's a big step for me. And if you do see this and touched you or moved you in any way, your support will mean the absolute world to me.